Hi everyone, it's Rita. I was in meditation about a week ago, and there's a guided meditation I love that Gary Zukav created where you get really grounded and then you walk down a beautiful beach and you see a grove of trees up ahead, and you know that there's going to be a guide in the trees when you get there. And so in this grouping of trees, so it's a beautiful meditation for me because I've had, my grandmother walk along the beach with me sometimes. I've had my inner child and the inner child of people that I love will walk with me sometimes. Sometimes it's just me, feeling the sun and feeling this groundedness, and then, going into the grove of trees with sort of an anticipation of what'll come forward. And I've had all sorts of things come forward in that space. And I've had God, the last time he came into that space, he asked me to do a channeling, and that's what the first time, and then so this is the second time that he's done that in that space. So anyway, I've just opened up my Akashic Records, and I've opened up the Akash of God, and I also added Allah and the forms that we know of as and name God. So I'm hearing that humanity is crying out for answers. And the questions are often, why am I here? Why has this happened? Why has that happened? And there's a sense of wanting to go outside of yourself and to pin blame on groups or entities or family or friends or relations to offset the pain that you're feeling or that people are feeling. The transmuting part of all of this comes from within. So it's like God hears your cries, he hears your pain, and he wants you to know that to seek him or it outside of you is not a bad thing. I'm telling you as I hear stuff, right? It's not a bad thing. But it's less effective than going inside, connecting with that loving piece of you, asking your questions there, knowing that you are loved and supported, and that your energy never ceases, and the energy of the people you love who transition this body, because all will transition this body and this environment that you've chosen to be in. Know that that will happen, and that energy never ceases. And even though it's confusing because there's a sense of when people talk about oneness, that you will somehow lose yourself or you'll lose those connections to each other, that's not the case. There is always that oneness and connection with each other. And there's a sense of the individual spark, but that's really not your total identity either, but you still remain with that connection. It's difficult for me to have Rita explain that, and I've told her before that those understandings will come more after you transition the body. She's been able to keep in touch with people who have transitioned the body, and they're so real, and they're so knowing for her, and they're so comforting for her. Sometimes she doesn't understand that other people cannot make that same connection, and that's okay. She's reminded of that when she speaks to people, and that's okay. Everyone can make these connections. Everyone can go into their heart center. And if you can feel your pulse deeply, ask those people who have transitioned while holding that pulse, that beautiful pulse, that cellular pulse, that pulse of who you are. You can go into that space and you can communicate with those that you've loved, that have transitioned the body. Quartz, crystals, things like that actually help you with that connection, because the energy of the quartz, the energy of different crystals and things help you to remember your crystalline energy, which is a huge conduit. You know, they talk about the pineal gland having crystals in it. They use crystals in computers. There's all sorts of, just open up to the space of knowing what sort of energy you are, and that you can make those connections, especially as you start looking for people, not where they are or where they've been, but where they are. God hears your cries. He hears the pain that's happening on the planet. There's so much infinite love being poured on all of us. We need to open up and receive it if we want to. Don't focus on the things that you don't want to expand in your life. Don't focus on the pain or the restrictions that you feel that you have in some way, or where you feel that in some ways your life is limited. Do not focus there. Focus on the love that surrounds you. Go into your body, go into your heart space, go into your cells, feel that pulse. You know, DNA, the pulse of all your ancestors are in those cells. And all your future lifetimes are in those cells. Open up to the knowing that you're immortal, that you're eternal, that your energies go on. There's a connection in the divine spark to all things. And there's an individuality, but it's not how you see it in this time and space. You'll be given more knowing or remembering of that when you transition the body. You are powerful. You are loved. You are supported. God hears your cries, knows your pain. And he wants you to, he or she or it, however you want to consider that energy, is loving on you, is supporting you, wants you to go out in nature. I just did an interview with Andrew and with the Nature of Reality radio, and that was one of the things he mentioned. And I think if you talk to anyone that has an understanding of the groundedness and connectedness and the openness and the healing that you can find in nature, breathing fresh air, feeling the sun, grounding yourself and taking your shoes off. And if you're in a place that's in the winter, go online and look at some of these places and put yourself into them. You can put yourself into these places and feel that energy. It's just like you're there. But you have to put a level of intention around it. So what else do we need to know? You are my children. You are my children. Can you see and feel the loving presence of a father that wants you to explore and to be all that you can be? As you explore and move towards things that are exciting your spirit, you will experience more of those things. If you have any doubt about why you're on this planet, those things will come forward for you. Your creations will come forward. The love you shower on people, the love you see in others, the light that you look for in others, the glow that you emanate, all of those things will come forward. And all of those types of things are why you're here, to experience those connections, to understand how everything is working out for you. And when you can look back on it and see the transitions and the growth and the things that you have cultivated from a space that you didn't anticipate, and then you eventually move towards something else that was really feeling much better to you, then you can have a sense of, wow, I get it. I get that incident caused me to want more. And I chose to step into that place to receive more. So what else do we need to know? You are all beautiful, and just like children on a playground, if you can go back into those spaces where you don't see the differences in each other, you don't see the differences in language, you don't see the difference in skin tone, you don't see the difference in the type of clothing that you're wearing, that you don't see the differences in the strength of each other, or that one is a girl or a boy. When you're in that age, that little age of just experiencing the newness and seeing these other children as an opportunity to have great experiences with, to play with, to explore with, go back to those spaces. Try to go back to those spaces every day. And if you can be around little children that are excited in spirit, it's a great way to get back into real balance and wholeness and understand the divinity in you and everyone. There are a lot of people making transitions off your planet, and the understanding there is on a unconscious or subconscious level, they are choosing to exit the planet. And because there's no death, life never ceases, your energy never ceases, you are eternal, you are immortal, there's an opportunity to take comfort in that. Oh, and children, it doesn't mean that you won't miss the physical. That's part of love. That's part of the connection that you have with each other. It's okay to miss the physical. It's absolutely okay to miss the physical. What's not okay is to let your life end there and to only be able to focus on the pain of missing the physical. You've been given a great gift. You've been given a great gift to be able to be here, and especially at this time. There's so much transition happening on your planet, and you understood that when you came here. So all the different exits spark the different ripples, spark the different things of knowings. It gives you an opportunity to make connections with people who have passed that you didn't know were possible. It gives you an opportunity to experiment by going inside, listening to your heart, feeling your pulse, using a crystal, using something that person loved or that was that person's. You can hold on to that, and breathe in that connection with them and feel them in your cells. They have emerged into your cells. Feel their wisdom. Feel their love. Feel them talking to you and encouraging you and supporting you. It's a beautiful gift you can give to the people that have transitioned, and it's a beautiful gift you can give to yourself when you can get into those spaces. I feel like fuller. Yeah, what else do we need to know? Know I am with you. I am in your cells. I am in those energy fields that move around you. There's a beautiful story that's unfolding with Rita's projects. Story of understanding more of who you are. I believe that. I trust that. Trust your life. Trust the unfoldings in your life. Call the people you love. Reach out to them. Let them know how you feel. Don't hold back from that. If it's not returned in the same way that it's given, that's okay. There's no judgment. You should never judge others for their actions. We're all doing the best we can. That is for sure. So what else do we need to know? Play with connecting with me. See me in those spaces in your meditations. Feel this beautiful gold light swirling in infinity circles around you as you connect into this beautiful God, Christed energy, and just feel it loving on you and supporting you. I'm seeing this beautiful gold infinity sort of thing. So in your meditations, maybe go into that place and put yourself right in the middle of this beautiful gold swirling, beautiful light energy. So this is getting to be a long YouTube thing. I don't like to share too long. If you hung into there till this part, that's great. I've got some other channelings with God and Jesus on this channel. We just ask what else we need to know. I really just want you to feel me. I want you to feel me. The pulse in your cells. Go to your skin. Feel if you can feel this like hug. I'm sort of feeling this hug around me. Like, it's beautiful. So ask God and your angels for a hug. Just let God and your angels hold you and give you the biggest hug ever. And then anyone in your lifetime that's passed that you miss the hug, ask them to give you a hug. And kind of lean back and see if you can just feel them holding you and giving you a hug. It's beautiful. Picture all your cells lighting up as they give you this beautiful hug. This beautiful white light around you, moving through you as they give you this beautiful hug. Hold on to that energy for as long as you can and just relish in it. That was beautiful. Okay, thank you for watching this. Just ask one more time, is there anything else we need to know? You are loved, you are supported, you are protected, you are eternal. Your life never ceases. The life of those that you love never ceases. You're beautiful, beautiful energy. This beautiful pulsating energy. You connect more with everyone once you've transitioned your body, because it's so much easier to access all that you are once you've transitioned the body. But know you're immortal, you're eternal, and that life never ceases. Beautiful. Thank you all for watching. If you like these videos, please subscribe. And you feel like you want to like it, that's great, you know. And then if you hit the bell, you'll be notified of future videos. I'm going to try to do another video today of a crystal. We'll go into the energy of one of the crystals I have here. We may do one other thing too. But anyway, blessings and love to you. Take care.